Congratulations, Darryl. Terrific win. You must be delighted with that.
Yeah, I just thought the whole week we were a little bit. I was a little bit disappointed with last weekend, and we had a decent meeting where we spoke about it, and I thought today reflected how we trained. I thought last week reflected how we trained a little bit. This week, I thought we were class, just our intent to defend. I thought the first half was a really tough game. Sheffield came and really got after us. But I thought we dominated territory and dominated the game really without, we scored right at the end. There's a little bit of luck in a couple of the tries, so it could have been a little bit closer. But I thought in terms of the way we went after the game, it was really class from the boys.
Yeah, after the game last week at Dewsbury, you talked about some inconsistencies in performance of late, probably caused by so many injury problems. Do you feel as though you're a bit more closer back to your best today?
Yeah, I do. I thought defensively we were great, really intense and aggressive, and won a lot of contacts. And I thought we were, in terms of our intent, right up where we've been at our best this year, and we take some dealing with when that's the case. So I think both sides of the ball were really good, and I thought consistent. I thought really consistent across the game. Our try-line defence, some of our scramble defence. I think that tackle from Max in the first half was world class, and we obviously go down to 12 men. We were unlucky there. We nearly score and then go down to 12 men, and they scored during that period. Apart from that, I thought we were impeccable defensively.
You mentioned Max's tackle there. Does that say something about how he's growing into that role in the halves? Not just about ball in hand and attacking and kicking, but some of his cover tackling is brilliant as well, isn't it?
Yeah, well, his attitude's been great all season, I think, and asking him to play in the halves, which is a frontline defensive role, which is a little bit different, obviously, to playing at the back where you don't make as many tackles. I think that's challenging for him, but I think he's doing a great job with it, and that, to do what he did there, getting back, and gee, I thought he looked quick. It's a great tackle, that. It's try-saver, and it means a lot. The boys mentioned that half-time, really, just how great a tackle that was. And they're as important, the amount of assists that he gets in a season is phenomenal, really. But then that means as much, probably more, actually, to the playing group, because it shows the kind of steel that he's really developed, I think, this season.
18-0 at half-time. I know you're demanding with the players. It would have been easy for them to take their foot off the gas in that second half, but didn't see any of that. What was the message at half-time?
Well, I thought they spoke really well. We really only thought that our attack inside the opposition 20-metre area was a little bit in need of improvement. So we spoke about adding a specific play in there, which we didn't really use, to be honest. But I just thought it was that. We hadn't really kicked the ball. I thought, we ran the ball quite a lot on last play, and we made a couple of errors there, and it was that really that we spoke about. But then boys were talking about starting the second half really well with great intent, and we did. I thought we did that. I just thought we were unlucky to go down to 12 men when it could have easily been a try. And that first set in the second half was just we made massive meters and put Sheffield under pressure, and then Doyley drops the ball on the line, and then we get bin, and then they score sort of during that period. Apart from that, and even then, I just thought our attitude was great. It was a smart play from Sheffield that opened us up with 12 men. But I thought we were excellent.
You're suffering from a number of injuries to the middles. I think I counted 5. There's probably more, that's missing tonight. How does that impact your rotation in the middle?
Well, it makes it harder. I mean, definitely. I think there's a few things to say about that. And one, we have got a few injuries. 2, it gives opportunity to other players. 3, I've then got to have confidence in those players, which is growing. Isaac Shaw came off the bench today. I would say I should probably have used him earlier, but I'm sort of trying to balance out the middle unit, which is quite hard. So Luke Baines playing bigger minutes, Toby Boothroyd went in there and played in the middle today, and then Isaac Shaw came off the bench, and I thought he was excellent when he came off the bench, really combative and went after them with his carries, and then he went after them defensively. So he's a little bit more awkward to balance out, but I think whoever, and I mentioned this last week to the playing group, is that look, defensively I don't think it matters who's in the team or not. I think it should look the same. With the ball it's going to look a little bit different, because I mean we played without any recognised halfbacks last week. This week we've got Max there and he's doing a good job. But defensively it should look the same, and I think we got to that today where it didn't matter who was on the field, it looked the same. It was aggressive with great intent. Our drive tackles were phenomenal today, I thought, and you could see Sheffield trying to combat that by getting to the floor, but I just thought we were so stiff and tough defensively that it was difficult for them to get away from what we were doing.
Sheffield threatened a comeback of sorts, didn't they, with Liam Hood in the sin bin during that period. They scored their only try. You must have been pleased with the way that the team responded then, with 4 tries without reply after that.
Yeah, well, rugby league's a massive game of attitude, isn't it? And I think even when, you know, if you get put under pressure and you get clawed back a little bit, which that was, it would, you know, if your team's got great attitude, it's not going to go, because the difficulty in rugby league is when teams go back-to-back tries on you, and that hasn't happened to us much this year, but I just thought you could see straight away that that's not going to be the case. You know, the team was still aggressive, and you know, I think Sheffield are an outstanding front foot team. I think we forced them to be a back foot team today, and then that's really difficult to play when you're on the back foot consistently. And yeah, so for, you know, I think Sheffield are a good team. I think, you know, what's happening to at the minute's hard with Mark not being there, but yeah, I thought today our attitude, our class with the ball was great. I think that'll improve as well, but yeah, I think all round's a really good effort.
Yeah, you mentioned Sheffield are a good team, the third in the league, aren't they? You know, they're there for a reason. Does that feel like a bit of a statement victory almost tonight, would you say? Yeah,
I think it's yeah. I'm not sure. I just think for us, I think it was. It's almost a. I don't think we've played like that since the final, to be honest. And I think that's been. It's almost like a comeback victory to standards, really, because I think we've been sort of up and down with our standards, but that today was exactly what we needed, what we'd spoken about, and I think you only play one game a week. I mean, that's a short turnaround performance, that. But I just think for us it's about consistency now, and if you have a standard, you're not always going to get it. But I think we've been sort of up and down a little bit. So I think it was a statement victory in terms of standards, and like I say, you play once a week. You know, you judge. Everybody gets judged on what you deliver on that one day a week, and yeah, I thought it was a statement in that regard. I think more internally than anything else.
There seemed to be more fluency about the performance tonight. You know, does that mean that Max is becoming more familiar in the halves and Lachlan Worms is becoming more familiar with his duties at full back? Yeah,
I think we started with, you know, there are some players can be really flexible and can play in different positions, and I've sort of, wherever I've been, always wanted to sort of grow that, and I think take Lachlan being able to play full. I mean, for me, where he started and where he is now is like day and night almost. You know, I just think the way that he carries the ball. I mean, he ran over the top of Mitch Clark there. That takes a bit of doing. You know, I just think he's got such intent about him, and he's becoming more and more comfortable. And I look at him at half time, and he's going full back. That's a tough position because you have a lot of work to do, but he's able to do it. Max. And we spoke about it quite a lot, about his ability. I would like to grow his ability to play half back. I think it's important. So Doyley, for example, the ability to play 13. Same with Uddy. You know, I think those sort of things I'd like to be able to do that, because I think it's invaluable, really. Even, you know, as we go down to our academy players, you know, Harvey Smith. Came through as a half-back but has played predominantly 9, but I'd like to see him being able to play both, because I think it just helps as you go through a really tough season if players can sort of move around a little bit.
Last one from me, Darryl. 7 games remaining. It's been a marathon, hasn't it?
Wow.
So far.
Yeah, wow.
Any changes over the last 7 games, or just more of the same in terms of the approach?
Well, approach the same. Oh, look, we're going to have some challenges here, you know, in different ways. We've got a lot of home games, which is a benefit, I think. And we're going to get some players coming back. You know, we've got Bowds coming back next week. We've got Renouf just round the corner. We've got Isaiah coming back pretty soon, which will be great. So we're starting to see, you know, so in terms of resting players, I don't think we're going to need to do that too much, because it's been a natural order, really, the way that's worked. Our approach, just the same. We're going to have some motivational drives, I think, with some games. I won't talk about them sort of specifically, but I think the players are really motivated to have a great finish to the season. Obviously, it has been a really long season. We play Sunday. Tonight we've had a Friday where the players can have a bit of a breather over the weekend. But it's quite hard, that, you know, when you've got families and you know, we train Saturday and play Sunday. It's quite tough. So, you know, I think we've just got a great opportunity to really drive towards the end of the year and be right at our very best every single week, especially as players come back and, you know, it freshens us up a little bit. Then I'd just see a great opportunity for us as a team, for the club itself, to just grow and get better in everything we do. And and hopefully we get an opportunity to play in big games at the end of the year, and then we'll see how good we can be.
Thank you, Darryl.
Max Jowitt's 27 now. Do you think he's playing the best rugby of his career?
Well, it's hard for me. I obviously watched him play quite a bit, but not every single week. But he's playing well. I just think he's a phenomenal player, whether he's at full back, and he's getting more comfortable at half. Obviously, his kicking game today, it takes a fair while to kick. He has to really think about his kicking game, especially his short kicking game. But yeah, he's playing great. I just think he's. I think he's probably focused, and I'm not just saying since I came. I think over the last period in his career, he's started to focus a little bit on certain aspects of his performance. I think he's a great professional now, the way he goes about looking after himself and spending time on his game. You know, he's the last off the training field goal kicking. Well, I mean, take that on its own. Just take goal kicking on its own. Apart from that one he missed just to the left of the post last week, he's nailing goal kicks from everywhere, you know. So I think his focus on his game means that you know, he's going to have. I think he's going to have the best period of his career, sort of towards the mid to back end, and just he learned so much about himself and the game itself. So yeah, I think he's playing outstanding rugby league, that's for sure.
Just a quick word on Luke Gale. I know you've coached him at Castleford and now at Wakefield. He's hanging up his boots at the end of the year. Just how good of a player is he to coach?
Yeah, he's challenging at times, just because he, you know, I mean, I've had more challenging times with him when I first started coaching. But yeah, easy to coach, really. Gets the game. You know, he's a competitor. He wants to be his very best consistently. He'll challenge you at times as well, you know, which is, I'm always open to that. You know, players who challenge coaches, gets the best out of you, and he's been, for me, you know, an outstanding half-back. Whenever I've had the pleasure to coach him, I think what he brings to a game is outstanding.